tonight's guest is the comedy world's leading brand. It's Joe Brand.
Yeah. Let me just say this, Joe. Now, because you've been on the show so many times, we like to think of you as our own brand, if you don't.
And how many times can we say brand?
Yeah,
Exactly. Can you say it a few more?
yeah, well, are you one of those people who likes a good natter on public transport? Because
No.
this is brilliant. No. No. You sit quite solitary and get your head down,
Look
do you?
at the floor and grunt at people that try and speak to me. It's very miserable.
Well, have you noticed these recently that are popping up around the tubes of London at the moment? So here we are. You have? Yeah? If you step on someone's toes, please ask for a dance.
Yeah, we've got loud music prohibited unless you sing along too. Which is nice.
Yes, rudeness attracts tube mice. There's another one.
Good. And then fixed penalty, all sweeties must be shared and chocolate. I mean, the thing is, it might just make, some Londoners, they can be a bit miserable in the morning. It might just, cheer them up a bit.
I think they are funny, actually.
Yeah, they are.
I think they're good. I always put one next to me saying, yes, I would like a sandwich, but... no, I think they're good laughs.
Yeah,
They do bring
are,
a smile. I don't think the authorities are too pleased.
No, we're not encouraging people, by the way, to stick them up.
But they are very funny.
But they are good. Anyway, now...
area.
Yeah,
So, so this new flood defence system's incredible.
Yeah,
Yes,
and
it
Joe,
is.
you were saying there in the your mum lived in Ludlow a couple of years ago. That was hit quite.
Yeah, no, it was, and it was amazing because the river rose and half of a house got swept away by the bridge, and it was amazing because as you looked at it, it was just like a doll's house. You could see like dressing gown hanging on the door, and the whole half of a house was
The
just
whole
there.
gable end had just
I bet she thought, I wish I'd hoovered. You know what I mean?
Sure.
It wasn't very tidy. It just wasn't.
I think unless you've experienced it, you don't realise how fragile houses can be, that something as powerful as water can come and just destroy buildings that you think are so strong.
Well, as we saw in that bit, you see Louise, she's pointing at the point where the water came to. But there we are. Anyway, Anita, thank you very much indeed. OK, right, now, here are the nurses and the medics working on the very busy NHS ward.
And what an
in Joe's
attractive
comedy.
bunch
They are beautiful.
Beautiful.
There's the getting on crew. Brilliant.
Yeah, now the series shows the daily frustrations as well as the lighter side of things.
Yeah.
So we asked a group of nurses to share some of their experiences involving hospital patients. They have a bit of fun though, isn't it?
Unbelievable. Yeah, a very big thank you to the nurses from Queen's Hospital, Romford, and Croydon University Hospital. And that is where you filmed the series of it.
It is indeed.
And it was a working hospital at the time. So how did you fit
Well,
filming
they
around
closed down a couple of the wards, and I think they were going to redecorate, so we just took over one of them.
Right.
So it's quite weird because, I would come in the morning, and then if I went out to get a coffee or something, people would say, can you tell me, where gynecology is or whatever it was?
Of course, yeah.
And would you just make it up?
It's like...
Over there.
But I guess you kind of fell back into your kind of nursing roots and sort of, you did want to help people out, did you, when you were offset? Or
Oh, I'm like that all the time
Yeah.
anyway. I'm always throwing people on the ground and trying to give them heart massage, even when they don't need it.
Well, in Series 3, Nurse Kim has now moved to a brand new hospital and they are struggling, aren't they, to deal with the equipment. Let's have a little look.
Can you not just make the whole thing come down flat now? That's better, that's it. Now, you've got to hold her, though. You've got to make sure she's not going to topple.
Oh, I can't because I'm pressing the button, aren't I?
Move it more towards me. Ah, that's perfect. OK, if I hold her, can you...
Oh, have you got her?
That is too much, yeah. That's too... I mean, I'm holding her.
Can I go for my break now?
It's just brilliant. It really is
genius.
wonderful.
But you co-wrote the series as well, didn't you? And I mean, nurses surely have commented how realistic it is. Was that something that was really important to you while you were creating it?
Yeah, it was really important. I mean, I wanted to do something that was funny but also tragic at the same time, because I think that's very hard to do and it's a real challenge.
Yeah.
And also that reflected the sort of drudgery of life on a ward, because it's not all kind of gorgeous doctors and gorgeous nurses. I mean, in my case, obviously, it is, but...
Well, so what is the secret there, then? Because it's not as if it's kind of stand-up gag after stand-up gag within this. It's just real life, but it is. I mean, we were
quite black,
crying
isn't
with
it?
laughter.
Yeah, it's black.
Yeah, it's very dark, and I think
Yeah.
the pace is quite slow. And actually, weirdly, we took jokes out rather than
Did you?
put them in, because I'm terrible, because Vicky and Joe are both actors, And because I'm a stand-up, I just want to come across in the background and do one-liners, and I kept getting told off, you know, stop that, because you're making it too much like a sitcom. So we just tried to make it really naturalistic.
Yeah. Do you ad-lib then to make it sound more natural?
Oh, we do, yeah. I mean, we don't learn the script word for word. We just, you know, try and to do it in our own words, really, so it sounds normal.
And you won a BAFTA for the last series. So where does the plot...
What happened there?
Yeah, it was
drugged the panel.
Oh, it's well
Huge
deserved.
congratulations for that.
Thank
but
you very much.
Where does the plot go this time round then? Or can you just give us a few little pointers?
Well, I can say that there are kind of major traumas going on in the life of all three of us, which is sort of different. But they're not, you know, it's not something like an alien's landed in our front room and we've got to cook it tea every night. I mean, they're things that happen to ordinary people, but for the characters, they're traumatic. And also Hilary, who's the modern matron from the last series, has come back now working for a private company, assessing, kind of doing like a time and motion study. So he's there and he's twice as irritating as he was before. So, you know, it's all moved on.
And they're making a pilot version in the US of the series, which is brilliant news.
They are indeed. They've rewritten the script, so it's American.
All right.
And Gwyneth Paltrow's playing me. No, she's not.
Do you know who is playing you? Do you know? Do you know?
I don't. I quite like Roseanne to do it.
Oh,
but-
she'd be perfect.
Yeah, I know, I don't know.
Yeah. So have you tried to kind of put any kind of political messages in this as well then? You know, is there any messages, you know, because obviously your experience and your husband works within psychiatric care as well. Is there anything there you're trying to have?
Well, I think you have to be very careful with comedy, not to kind of, you know, overlay it with too much sort of political preaching. So, again, we've tried to make it natural. We had to second guess what would happen with the health service bill because we didn't know whether it would go through or not. So there's a fairly light touch there, but there are political points very gently made, I would say.
Okay. Well, the new series of Getting On starts at 10 p.m. next Wednesday on BBC4.
Yes, and Joe, later on, we will be testing your nursing knowledge.
I just got to go and...
We're going to see whether you can guess whether these are nursing implements or gardening implements.
Are you implying that I'm so old that I might have used those?
No, but we found out it was perfect, though, because actually you did work in a garden centre as well at some point, didn't you?
I did, but I had the most boring job that anyone could ever have. My job was to pull the heads off chrysanthemums, and that's all I did.
Well, we'll test you a little bit later on.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, Joe, take us back to 1973 and Hastings Pier.
And I saw Leo Sayer dressed up as a clown doing a show.
Was he good?
He was great, yeah.
Was he?
Yeah, absolutely. I had 23 barley wines, but you know,
But he was
you
good.
have to when you're...
But it's so weird that we've had that story of Leo Sayer's shyness because Dave doesn't cope with the limelight very well either,
No,
does
stage
he?
fright, terrible, suffers terribly, but...
Really?
Yeah, there we are, he's taking a leaf out of Leah's book.
But you must be... you must be a fan of 80s pop, Joe, because your character in Getting On is called Kim Wilde.
That's right. Well, I feel bad saying this, but actually I always really hated the name Kim because there was someone at school that I really didn't like called Kim. So that always sat in my head to use for a character. But actually, I love Kim Wilde, and she and I did a very odd TV show together. And so I told her that I was going to use her name in vain. And she said, well, I'll come and lie in a bed, because I thought it'd be great if someone
would be excellent.
sort of pan past, and there she is.
in this series then? Or not?
She's
We don't
not,
know. Oh, not this
sadly,
one.
no, but
Maybe
I hope she will be.
Yeah, indeed.
Right, Popper.
Now, the Conservative...
You see.
Thank you. OK, Joe, are you ready? It's time to
Yeah,
test
go on then.
your medical knowledge with this wonderful game... Nurse or Nursery? Yes! This is one of the One Show's classics, this game. We love it.
Yeah, brilliant.
It's quite simple.
Can I just say, I was a psychiatric nurse and I was useless at the whole general side of nursing, so I might not get any right.
We'll have a disclaimer.
But you did work in the garden centre. Anyway.
Half of these objects here are medical implements, half of them are gardening implements, and you just have to guess which is which, basically.
It's quite simple. Shall we start with this one?
Okay.
Right. So, what do you think it is? What do you think it's used for?
We're all thinking the same.
Yes, we are. Let's not go down that
No,
route. I
let's
think
not
it's
go
used
there.
for gardening.
OK, you're going to say gardening?
Yes.
And the answer is? It is. It's a grape storage jar.
Really?
Well, yeah, you shove them in there and
Now,
you put a
what
cork.
about this one here, look? Is this nurse or nursery?
But there's two of them.
I know, but it's one thing, really.
It's a collective thing.
Okay, oh, well, let's say it's nurse.
Well, let's find out, shall we?
It's casualty. It's casualty. It's got to be nurse. It's for
It's them to get your tonsils out.
What takes your fancy now? What about this one?
Well, that doesn't look like either. That looks
It's
sort of
hard.
This is quite tricky. This one.
astronomical. I would say that's gardening.
Nurse or nursery? You've gone for nursery. It's not. It's nurse. It's a dynamometer, and you squeeze it, and it tells you how hard you can grip.
Yeah.
All
There we
right.
go.
All right.
Just got last one anyway.
We'll
very
do
quickly.
this one
There
just
you are.
quickly.
Because it's
Now, what is
Well,
that?
I'm tempted to say that's gardening because it's so dirty. Would you put that anywhere near a
Let's hear it.
Let's find out.
It is.
It's a daisy grabber.
It's a daisy grabber.
daisy
There we are.
grabber.
Well, on that note,
Very
thank
well
you, Joe. And good luck with the new series of Getting On, which starts 10 p.m. BBC4 on October the 17th. And a big thank you to everybody in Cumbria who's been emailing.